Flosstube, welcome to my channel. My name is Jess. I am Cross Stitch Jess here and on, this is Flosstube here and on, no, this is also YouTube here and on Instagram. There we go, third time lucky. That probably summarises how this is going to go. Welcome to part 2 of my April the Colours vlogs. For anyone who's just joining, throughout April I have taken the 6 sort of red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, and then I've got a day for other like blacks, greys, whites, whatever else. Basically I'm cycling through those and stitching on stuff of that colour for that day. It doesn't have to be thread colour, it could be fabric. So my Greenhouse of Oddities is on really lovely yellow fabric. I might work on that the yellow day and so on. But basically, I just wanted lots of colours this month. I wanted a bit of chaos, but also some flexibility to pick what I feel like, rather than having like, you must work on this project on this day. So here we are. If you're interested, days 1 to 3 are already up as a separate video. I'm going to try and do these in short little snippets. Both in terms of the daily filming and also the not putting together too many days at once. Today is Saturday, the 4th of April. It's a long weekend, so I have lost all sense of what day of the week it is already. So because we are on day 4 of the week, we are on green today. So I have 3 projects. I have 2 projects and one that I'm just going to carry on working on anyway because it's shiny and new and I'm excited about it, and I might have a new start actually. So project number 1 is my Twisted Rainbow sampler. I finished this sort of mustard yellow band yesterday, so the next I think 3 colours are green. I think what I'm going to do is, like on my rainbow band sampler, I'm just going to do like a little bit of each band to start them off and get the spacing, so that I can get across to blues as well, because I really want this one to get some good work. It won in March Madness. It's really awkward to hold in screen. This one won March Madness, so I want it to get some good work this month. But the easiest way to do that is to be able to work on different colours. So if I get the base of the greens in, I can get some blues and maybe some, there are purples in it, so maybe some purples, and that means a good like half of the week I can get this out and put some work in if I want to. So that is that one. My second project that I'm going to work on is a repeat from last time. I'm not going to unfold it all because it's very unwieldy, but this is my Beyond the Horizon. I am colour completing this for WhipGo. This was in the previous episode for that red, and also for an extra red for Flosstube Frenzy. But as you can see, there's a quite a bright green, and then an olivey green, and a brown. Although I don't think I have enough of the brown for the number of stitches that it needs. But if I get at least one of those greens done, that means my like minimum WhipGo goals are done for the month. So I'm gonna aim to get that done today as well, so that that's crossed off. My third project that's not a stitch project, I guess, is my crochet, which again you'll have seen me start in the previous one if you watched. So we're doing quite well. It's starting to get a bit like misshapen. I don't know if blocking will fix that. I've never actually washed and blocked something. But yeah, this is going to be a hexy cardie, and I'm quite excited that it's now big enough that I can sort of show you how that will work. So basically I will sew these 2 edges together and that creates a sleeve, and then I'll make another one and sew the backs together, and the front will open like a cardigan. Oh, not doing very well there. The front will be left open and it will basically be a cardigan. I hope that makes sense. I was quite excited when I realised that I could like 3D understand it, because the diagrams did not help. I've got this lovely yarn cake. So yeah, this is gonna just run throughout the month, I think, because I'm really enjoying it, and it's a nice easy sort of change of pace. It's a nice palette cleanser when I swap between projects, because it's so compact. It's nice and easy. And then the possible new start, I, again, in the previous video, got a whole haul of yarn big old delivery. And one of the projects in that is to make a baby blanket, which is going to be like sort of mustard yellow, a sort of, I don't really know how to describe that green, but a nice green and a sort of cream colour. So I'm going to do like a, because it's on entrelac. I've never done entrelac before. I don't even know if that's how you say it, but I think I do need to do like a little test swatch comforter type thing, just to make sure that I can do that before I cast on 160 plus stitches to do the whole thing. So yeah, I might cast that on and have a crack with that this evening. We are, despite me telling you I've got 4 projects, we are going out for lunch, and I do need to edit and upload the previous one of these videos. So how much of all that I actually get done, TBC. What's my priority? I think the crochet is probably going to come in the car for the drive, if John's driving, and then I think I might prioritise a little bit of time on this, because doing the green sort of unlocks other colours, and I don't think I have much in the way of blue whips, so it would be nice to have another blue option by getting across to those colours. I'd love to get Whipco done as well, but being realistic, if anything slips, that can wait till next week. Yeah, I will pop back either at the end of today or tomorrow morning to tell you how I got on, so I will see you then. Morning Flosstube! It's now Sunday the 5th of April. By the end of the month, maybe I'll be a bit smoother on that. We got lots done yesterday, so again we've got 2 cross stitches and two yarn based projects. We've had a new start again. So first one, we've got Twisted Rainbow Band Sampler. I never know how to hold this. I added 2 more colours across the bottom here. They just look really dark, but I promise they're green. Yeah, and I realised when I've digitised this, I've made a small mistake in this band. It's not major, there's 2 different versions of ray stitches, and I've put one of them in the wrong place. Like I've put one instead of the other, and they sort of take up the same amount of space, so it's not the end of the world, but I want to correct it just so I don't confuse myself. Also yesterday I said I was going to go all the way across to get to the blues. I didn't realise there's like 4 or 5 greens before you get to colours that you could reasonably say, like there's a lot of tealy kind of colours, because I like that chunk of colour in the colour wheel, but I couldn't be bothered. I really love these specialty stitches and would happily do them forever. The ones in this band, not such a fan, so yeah, I probably should have just carried on past them and done other things, but there you go. I'm going to pause this for now until I fixed my saga version. So that's number 1. Number 2, we have Beyond the Horizon. So quick view of the whole thing for reference. And then in terms of what I did, so the colour I was doing was this lovely bright 906 green. And I think it's mostly in this middle area, so there's quite a bit of it here and quite a bit in this sort of white, this area. But there were only 200 stitches, so it's not going to look tons different. There's 2 colours left. I've technically now finished all of my gold stitching, my like essential gold stitching on this, because if you watched last time, we did the red for Whipco, and we've now done the green, and they were 2 different numbered calls. So Whipco is now like the essential colours are done, and then I also did another red to do my Flosstuber Frenzy colours for Emma. So the blue we can now ignore because I'd put that on to do Flosstuber Frenzy. I got sidetracked and did red instead. Brown and this sort of olive green are the 2 that I have left as like my stretch goals. I do want to come back to putting those in because we're early enough in the month that it seems silly not to, but I am going to need to buy myself or check in my stash if I've got some more 838 first. But yeah, when we get to our other colour day, I might have a crack at the brown, and then next Saturday for greens again. we'll have another go at getting that green done, and then we're fully crossed off. So that's the cross stitch from yesterday. We also have more yarn crafts because I have no chill. Hexie Cardi is coming on well. We went to see my in-laws for lunch yesterday. We met in a pub, which was lovely. I twinged a muscle in my leg, so John did all the driving, and I managed to get a round done on the way there and a round on the way back. What this has taught me though is that a round is now taking me sort of 45 to 50 minutes. So it's going to be slow going. Hopefully I will speed up as a crocheter as we go. Yeah, so I'm going to carry on with that. I'm quite excited. We're almost done with the light blues. We're getting more into the dark blue being the dominant colour. And then lastly, we have a new cast on because, again, I have no self-control when it comes to shiny new things arriving in the post. So this is my little sort of sample. Oh, it's a bit awkward to show because the leading edge is sort of a zigzag, but it's going to be an entrelac blanket. So effectively, I might pop in a picture of an example, but it ends up looking like there are almost like bands of knitting that look like they're woven above and below each other, but actually it's just the way you knit it and the way the joins look. There are a bunch of new knitting techniques in this that I've never done before, so that was cool to learn, and I'm glad that I've done a swatch to test that it works before committing to casting on a big old blanket. Cool. So for today we are on to blues. So my only like goal stitch or game stitch, I never know what to call Whip Go and Flosstube Frenzy projects, but the only one of them that is blue themed is this one. So I'm gonna pop in 300 beads as like a big old motif over here that we're going to focus on today, because this one is a Flosstube Frenzy for Sherry, and I might try and bring that border across, and that will get us to the corner, and we're sort of just working down then as well. And then because I suspect that'll only take me a couple of hours and I have plenty of stitchy time today, we're then going to move on to the 40 count. Yay! I've not worked on this since my trip in the mid-March. I think I did like one strand in this black fill-in, like all of this now is just fill-in, in a hotel room, and was like, no, this is not happening. So yeah, I'm gonna try and pick some blue shades. I know up here is like tons of dark blue, so worst case I will head up and work up there. But yeah, I'm really excited to get back to this. It's popped into my mind a number of times in the past few days. And then knitting wise, I mean, finally it's actually blue, so we're gonna maybe do some more crochet, and I want to maybe finish this green. I've got one more diamond and then the little finishing triangle in green. So yeah, once again, I am going from my norm of working on one thing to working on 4 things in one day. I'm gonna go try and tidy up because I feel like I'm living in like a nest of yarn balls and project bags, and then I'm gonna get stuck in. Hi Flosstube! It's now Monday the 6th of April and I'm back to show you yesterday's stitching. This is my 3rd attempt at this because Alfie's being Alfie. So this was my first project for the day, Quaker Snowflakes, and as I hoped I managed to get this whole motif done and the top border. It came to about 304 stitches, and I think I owed the project 300 for Flosstube Frenzy, because Sherry put 3 videos up last month. So perfect. I'm really loving how this is coming on, and for anyone who's not seen it, we are fully beading. So yeah, we've reached that top corner. I think there's one small motif here, and then we're just working our way down. So that one's going away for now, and then other cross stitch first. So we did a little bit on this one. I wasn't feeling 100% yesterday. I was feeling quite sneezy. I've done something to my leg, like my calf muscle feels like there's like a knot in the middle of it. I was just feeling really, really knackered, so wasn't really in the headspace for working on the teeny tiny 40 count. So I think I only got 2 colours added. But that is fine. All progress is progress. Yarn crafts. So my crochet is going really well. Yay. I don't know if anyone is a crochet experienced person. I don't know why, like, I think it's my tension. I assume it's my tension is like not quite right, but like the outside edges are like almost too big. I don't know how to explain it, but it doesn't hang as like a hexagon. It's like, yeah. But anyway, we're getting quite close. You can see more of the colour difference if I put the edge across the middle. There's quite actually a lot of change in the colour. When I hold it out, it just looks like shadow or something. But we are getting towards this light blue from the middle being completely faded out, which I think means we're close to starting the first yellow shade. So we're just going to carry on working on the yarn projects. I'm too excited about them to only work on them on the right colour day, so we're just cracking on. Let me untangle my working yarn on this. My other project, which I think I started 2 days ago, so I think I showed you the start of this yesterday. Bring it back closer so I'm not unravelling yarn unnecessarily. So this is my Entrelac blanket. I am so happy with how this is coming out. It looks so cool. So it gives like a really cool 3D like woven effect, even though it's like, if I show you the back, it's just squares knitted off of each other. But the way that the decreases and increases work, it just gives those cool sort of ridges where it looks like the green is going under the cream, for example, and vice versa. My next row is adding in my 3rd colour. So I'm going to add in the cool yellow next. And then we're going to alternate. So every other row will be white, and then the rows in between are going to alternate. So it'll go like white, green, white, yellow, white, green, white, yellow. And I think I'm going to do 2 rounds of that for this little sample piece and have it be like a mini comforter for now. And then I'm going to cast on a much bigger starting row and make a blanket. So that's exciting. Right, today is our first purple day. I am not going to show you the projects that I'm going to work on today because there are like 5 that I like the idea of putting some work into, and I cannot figure out what order or which ones I'm actually going to get to. So I'm just going to wait and show you what I actually do. The first one though that's definitely going to get it, sounds aggressive, is going to get some work even, is Freya, because there is one sort of purpley colour left to go that's got quite a few stitches on her. And then, yeah, the other projects I haven't decided yet. So I will try and pop back this evening to show you progress. Hey, it's now the evening of the 6th. Tomorrow is going to be mental, so I thought I would quickly jump on and just show you where I got to. So I ended up working exclusively on Freya today. I ended up going through and pulling all of the remaining colours. Sorry for the rubbish lighting. All of the remaining colours for this top 70 square, 70 row block, because Saga is very, very generous and helps you do that. And then basically half of these, if I split them there, these ones I've sort of called orange tones, these ones I've called purples, like purpley pinks. So I just worked through all of these. A lot of them were teeny tiny numbers of stitches. So for example, her lips, she's gained some lips today. That's 2 colours that only appear in her lips in the entire piece. So that's like 2 colour completes for the whole project, not just for this top section. My seahorse gained an eye in here. Again, there's like 4 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, there's 4 colours in there, and 3 of them again were only in the eye for this top section. So we managed some colour completes, and then there were some other colours, some other sort of purpley colours to fill in down here. So all of these are now done. And I'm going to put them away for ease and keep the oranges out for the next time I work on this on an orange day. And then that will be all of the cross stitch for that top section done, which is exciting. And I think that's roughly the number of stitches left that I need to do on this for my Flosstube Frenzy goal, which Kat from Catkin and Lily is the Flosstube I'm using for that one, because she started this out. Rachel and I started this out together for Freya Fridays. So every time she posts a video, I do 100 stitches, and I didn't do them last month, so I've got all of February and all of March's stitches to do. So I think it's about 1,100 in total. But yeah, I'm really happy with that progress. The other thing that I've done a tiny bit on and hit an exciting milestone is my crochet. And on this, again, I don't know if it's going to show. Oh, tangled. We have hit a new colour. Yeah, you can see a little bit of the sort of mustardy yellow in those outer little clusters of stitches. So yeah, I'm really glad that I didn't try to get this far yesterday when I was working on it, because it took an entire round and a half before I actually got to that point, meaning over an hour of crochet. So I'm really glad at like 11 o'clock when I was like, I could totally keep going, I want to hit this milestone. I'm really glad I did not. Yeah, tomorrow is going to be busy. I have no idea if I'm going to get much of anything done. I've got a hair appointment, I've got a busy day at work. So yeah, we'll see. I've got, actually it lands quite nicely, the project I'd normally take to the hairdressers is 310. So I'll take that, or I'll take this, I don't know which yet, and see how much I get done. Hi Flosstube! It's now Wednesday the 8th, so we have done a whole week of our rainbow journey. As I suspected, I didn't get a chance to film anything. Well, I filmed a tiny clip when I was at the hairdressers, but I did get quite a bit of crafting done in the end. I managed to get my whole row of yellow added to my little blanket swatch, and made a start on the white because I was just really in the zone. I'm going to keep going and do another green and another yellow, and then finish this little swatch off. Really enjoying this, really happy. I have decided I want to cover the back because I think the front looks really cool, back not so much. So if anyone knows how to do that or knows of a good tutorial, please send it my way. But yeah, really happy with how that's coming out, considering I'm a new baby knitter. I'm really chuffed with how it's turning out. And then in the evening I did manage to get to some cross stitch, so adding my next shade of grey on this, and I've done all the like peripheral bits basically. So the next shade of grey is done in sort of all of the blade and at the bottom here. Actually I did that last thing, and then I've done all of these like edgy bits, and like the little scattered stitches that are in the buttons. So there's then like almost a big wave of that next grey that comes down here, but I wanted to do all the like twiddly bits around the edge first. I'm going to put this away for now because we're moving back to the start of the rainbow, but this will definitely be coming back out. I think there's about 2,000 stitches to do, and I did about 400 to 500, so I'm on track. If I do this every, whatever yesterday was, Tuesday, I should get this goal done by the end of the month. In fairness, on a normal Tuesday I'd probably get some more done. I would have had some time in the morning, so hopefully we'll keep up with this. I'm going to leave it there for this video. I think 3 or 4 days per video feels about right. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed following along. I've realised I've not done like a what do you want me to stitch on next week for a colour, but yeah, we'll do another one next time. Yeah, thanks for joining, and I'll see you in a few days for the next one. Bye.